Telangana's Education Minister Sabitha Indra Reddy has ordered that the government recognition granted to a private school in Hyderabad where a 4-year-old child was allegedly repeatedly sexually assaulted should be cancelled immediately, and the students should be accommodated in other schools. The minister has also ordered that a committee headed by Telangana's Education Secretary should submit a report to the government on what security measures can be taken to prevent a recurrence of such an incident. Uma is still with us, getting us more details. Uma, absolutely shocking case there. The school's recognition is being revoked. Is this only one single school, or is this a chain of schools? What is it like?
The incident happened in a single school in Banjara Hills that in fact has about 700 students, and the minister obviously wanting to send a very strong message to the schools, the private schools especially, saying that safety of children within schools is top priority, and the fact that in this particular case the driver of the principal is alleged to have committed the rape on this child, and it happened over 2 months, we are being told. And when the parents had found the child behaviorally changed and psychologically very traumatized, that's when the mother in fact found out, and the child had pointed to the driver of the school principal. They had brought it to the attention of the principal, who we are told actually laughed it off and did not take any action. She did not bar the driver from in fact entering or having access to the children, and that's what is angering all the parents. And they had in fact sat on protest and demanded action, not just against the driver who was arrested and sent to judicial custody, but also the principal who has also been arrested. Now, the minister now ordering that the school recognition is going to be taken away, meaning it will be permanently shut, means that 700 students who are studying in the school will have to be accommodated in other schools in and around that area, and that is certainly going to be a big challenge. While punitive action on the school is certainly something that everyone is demanding, is it really right for the school to be shut down and the students being asked to go into other schools now in the middle of the academic year, class 1 to 10? That is going to be a big challenge. That, of course, may come up for review because many of the parents are also expressing apprehension about this. The other big thing that the parents and the police have been very worried and angry about is the fact that the CCTVs in the school were not working. The man was not even a qualified, he had not even a college goer. He was actually acting like a teacher for these LKG and UKG students and had free access to these students. So while all that is evoking anger, the kind of guidelines that should have been in place, protocols that should have been placed, have not been followed, and that's why once again the minister ordering that this committee headed by the Education Secretary will within a week submit a report with all the kind of practical protocols that need to be followed in such schools. We do know that as part of POCSO and as part of, when the incident took place in a Delhi school where the assault of a child was reported or the murder of a child was also reported. We had Bangalore schools reporting these kind of offences. After that, numerous guidelines were put in place, but regulation and implementation sadly seems to be lacking, and the gap is hugely there, and that's why repeatedly we are hearing of such incidents. And in this particular incident, once again, the minister taking a very serious view of it, and therefore the committee is expected to give practical guidelines on what exactly can be done to ensure that schools remain safe places. When appointments are made, who will be appointed to such things? One of the important developments, we do know of Padma Shri Sunita Krishnan, who has been advocating that sexual offenders registry should be brought in place. She has been advocating this from all over the country, and Telangana's Minister K.T. Ramarao has in fact responded to this, saying that they are very much for putting up a registry of that sort for known and offenders, because we do know that there are repeat offences that happen, and therefore they want to keep people safe. And such a registry would be in the public domain when recruitments happen and new appointments are made within schools. These registries can be reference points which should be used before any such appointments are made in institutions where children or women are under threat. Back to you.
Uma, giving us all the details there.